Welcome back to Creatures, Caverns, and Crafting. Today we're going to explore Patron AIs just a bit. Patron AIs are basically artificial intelligent computer systems that were created by the Ancient Ones millennia ago. As the disaster occurred on Terra, these AIs basically gained free will, and now they're exerting their influence over Terra AD. So as a player, you can basically worship these as a cleric would with gods or deities, and you can get powers bestowed upon you, but there's kind of a trade-off. You can also get their wrath as well, and that's not really good. So we're going to take a look here. We've got some really interesting pictures, drawings here for us to kind of get some influence on our craft today. So let's go ahead and start. I think I've got a good idea and see what we can come up with. This is going to be a very easy craft, and to start with, as I do with a lot of my projects, I'm going to use a muscle figure. This guy looks pretty neat. I think he'll sell the Patron AI look. We're also going to use a 32mm base. If you don't have that, you can use like a furniture mover or something. This is just a piece of clear PLA. If you don't have this, you could probably use maybe a clear piece of plastic. I'm going to use a lot of this in the project. Also, I've got some assorted beads I'm going to be using, particularly these. Also had this neat holographic paper. Of course, some Elmer's glue. Maybe some super glue as well. Probably also use some E6000. I'm going to start off by tracing the 32mm base onto the holographic paper. I'm going to do this on the back of the paper. And then I'm just going to take the base and just coat it nicely with some Elmer's glue. I'm just going to kind of fit this together like so. Now I'm using PLA because this gives me the ability to kind of move it into place that I want. If I use super glue or something else, may not get that. So now we're just going to put something heavy on top of it. We're going to walk away and let it dry. I'm going to go ahead and prep the muscle figure. I've got a couple of videos on this already, but go ahead and give this a nice bath before we prime it. Here I've primed it white. If you want to go ahead and try to get those mold lines off, you can. I'm also going to paint this gold, allow that to dry, and then I'm going to give this a nice dip using some Army Painter Quick Shade. This is the soft tone. You can use a dark if you like. Of course, we're going to watch out. Don't let things pull. We're going to let this dry for a good 24 hours. It's dry to the touch now. We're just going to take a little Tesser's Dull Coat, and we're just going to spray this like so. And you can go back over this if you want to apply more than one coat. You're more than welcome to do that. This should get rid of that shine, and we're ready to move on with this figure. To give our figure the appearance that he's floating in air, I'm going to take this clear PLA and I'm going to trim it off at the top. I'm going to take a drill and I'm going to just make a hole in the bottom of the figure right here. And of course I'm going to use a little bit of super glue. I'm just going to put that on the end of the PLA, and then we'll just insert that, cut it off right about here, and then this is what we're going to put into our base. So I went digging through my material bin and I found these square cubes. These are 3/8 in size. I also found some miniature mirrors. You can get these from Michael's, Hobby Lobby. And what I'm going to do with the cubes is I'm going to take one like so, and I'm going to take my drill and put a hole in it. I'm using the drill a lot on this project. For safety, I'm not going to hold the cube. I'll actually hold the cube using some pliers like so. So if you're going to do this project, if you have a vise, you can do that as well. Don't hold it with your hands, guys. I'm going to take the clear PLA, I'm just going to trim it like I did earlier, and then I'll affix this into the hole using some E6000 or some super glue, and then I'm going to paint the cube using some gold. Next I'm going to move on to the mirrors, and here I have two I've glued together, and I just took a PLA, I trimmed it at the bottom and affixed it with some E6000, and I'm going to do this for two other mirrors like so. Now it's time I start tying everything together, and to do so I'm going to start just drilling some holes into the base after I've kind of sorted out how I want things arranged. Here I've taken a bead and I've just used one of the rhinestones and glued that together, and of course I've followed the same principles about using the PLA and fitting that into it. Next I'm going to put each one of the PLA bottoms into the base and just secure that with some E6000. So that should be it, guys. Let's see what this looks like on the table. kill them. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Wanted to get you guys a video out early this week. I know with the pandemic and the quarantine being continued throughout April, you know, cabin fever may be setting in, so hopefully this will help you out a little bit during the week. I'll try to get you another video soon as well. I want to go ahead and take a moment. There's a lot of small businesses out there, even some crafters. If you get a chance, maybe support those by ordering supplies using their channels or their affiliated codes on Amazon. Also, if you get a chance, I'm a big healthy eater, but I've taken the time to actually order out. Some of these small businesses, they'll deliver, they'll even give it to you at the doorstep. Of course, you want to practice precaution. Don't go out, don't, you know, mingle with people. But, you know, if you get a chance, maybe order something from a small business and help those people out. Also, don't forget those tips. Some of those waiter and waitresses, that's what they work for. And with the way things are, that's not really coming into them. So, guys, stay safe. We'll see you on the flip side. Take care.